Qigong, Tai Chi. What are these mumbo jumbo words that we don't know about and how they can help us with our health? On today's episode of What the Foot, your Tai Chi guy, Mr. Jacob Glassmeyer, will tell us all about them. So we want to kind of dig into Tai Chi and Qigong a little bit more, and maybe you can tell us a little bit the difference between the two, and the similarity, and how you see that can apply to our daily life.
Yes, there's another saying. There's lots of sayings, yes, but that there is Qigong in Tai Chi, but there is no Tai Chi in Qigong. You see, Tai Chi originally is a martial art. Just like the first word is usually karate. Everyone knows that word karate. They may not know taekwondo or jujitsu or Krav Maga, but everyone knows the word karate. So Tai Chi originally is, full title is Tai Chi Chuan, which means grand ultimate fist. But we take away that fist part, because now we get to internalize where our mind and body and our energy is flowing. QI, different spelling, but same pronunciation. For Qigong, it loosely means to transform your life force or to work with your energy. So there's no martial art aspect to Qigong. And the style, because again, there's multiple, if not thousands of types of Qigong. Another practice is called 5 animal, and that would be more like a athletic person's Qigong. For what I teach usually is called 8 silken brocade. And so there's 8 movements. You do them somewhere between 5 to 10 times. In class, we just do them 5, so we can have a half and a half, a balance, if you will, no pun intended, for our yin and yang. And the Qigong is slow moving as well, but mostly we stay in place. And there's nothing martial art-ish about it, acupuncture. So it gives our bodies a chance to help through the meridian lines or energy lines that course throughout our body to help different areas in our body heal, while at the same time giving our lymphatic system, our body's, I call it our body's self-help healing system, help our bodies heal, combat different types of things that go through our lymph system. And so that's a beautiful way to have 2 internal arts put together in one class, where Tai Chi has beautiful names like snake creeps down the tree, white crane spreads its wings, part the wild horse's mane. In Qigong, we have movements that are called hands hold up the sky, or dragon sweeps its tail left and right. And people say, well, why all these animal names? And so what do you think they had to go by thousands of years ago? So if I held a Frisbee and I threw the Frisbee, then I guess I could bring it to modern age and say, toss a Frisbee. But if I say, let the wild goose fly away, you can imagine the imagery that we're able to use in Tai Chi is just like right now seeing the northern lights behind you. Well, in my mind, I can see that also. And if I can go on a journey, essentially opening a door and stepping through into a place where I can see the northern lights above me and see the tree line before me and feel the cold inside my mind, then I'm no longer in the situation that I'm in, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. And that's one of the beautiful things, if not many beautiful things, about these 2 internal arts that we express in an outward fashion.
So some of the common question that people have is the physical aspect of an exercise form. So for example, Qigong and Tai Chi here, What do you see the application in our daily life? I know you mentioned about different type of people can benefit, like people that with arthritis, with injury, issue with range of motion, and as such. But let's touch a little bit on that mindfulness component, and maybe share with us on how that helped our audience, just like the audience that watching our segment right now.
Well, when it comes to the mindfulness part, let's consider our veterans. I'm also a veteran. I served in the United States Army and the U.S. Army National Guard, and a lot of our soldiers who have been to war come back with PTS. Now, PTS is not something that's just, unfortunately, for our soldiers. It's anyone that goes through a traumatic situation. That's why it's post-traumatic stress. When you have the ability to, if you feel anxiety, you start to do this rapid breathing thing, right? And your mind goes to where you were at that place and time. You're no longer at the CVS. You are now in that situation. Through your practice of Tai Chi and Qigong, you can internalize that thought process and begin to slowly bring your breath back under control, and even practice inside your mind, wherever you are, what those movements would be like. The more you can practice at home, then you also get the added benefit of what another name for Qigong is muscle and tendon washing. So you think about our fascia and how we need to increase the elasticity of our fascia. And Tai Chi and Qigong do exactly that. And that's more on the physical side of things. When it comes to our mental health for these two internal martial arts, bringing what I say is all things that are happy, healthy, whole, and healing into your mind that might be people, places, things, thoughts, and ideas. And through that internalization of those components of what I just said, we bring that from a post thought to a frontal thought, and then bring that into our heart. And if we can take that into our heart, imagine it pumping now like our blood does into every cell and fiber that we are. And if we can have that on a regular basis, everything else that comes before us, our calmness or our centeredness, our peace in place, as I say, or our calm and our chaos is our foundation. And we can then take anything else that comes and lies on top of that and say, okay, I can deal with it better than what I did last month, last week, yesterday, because I've created a pattern of where I can practice these two internal arts to benefit me for whatever the situation is.
Well, thank you for that. And another question that people have is what to expect after the first session with Tai Chi. Any aches and soreness, or do you feel the euphoria, or what do you feel? What do you expect to feel? And then I'll share with you my experience with my first session with Tai Chi with you as well.
Well, Dr. Active, it's interesting that you said euphoria, because that does happen with a lot of individuals. When we start focusing on our breath and it becomes longer and no longer shallow, and we start to super oxygenate our body, we can have a little bit of a lightheaded feeling. Now, that's the beautiful thing about Tai Chi and even Qigong, is that we can practice it standing, seated, cross-legged, even laying in a bed. So when you first finish a class, you'll feel like a lot of folks that I've had the opportunity to be in front of, they say, I feel like I could go to sleep right now. I feel so calm. They'll say, I really needed that this day. So when you leave, you have a sense of being relaxed, but being awake. You will have, in some cases, that sense of euphoria, and some folks just don't feel that. I know in my first weeks of practice with my shifu, my teacher, my legs were sore because your body is not immobile at any point in time during the class. Moving slower is actually more challenging because of us thinking of what the movement is and not wanting to do it fast. So for instance, some people that I had the opportunity to be in front of are a type A personality, and they are just a go, 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 energetic kind of person. I say, okay, I just want you to do your slow. And of course, they are ahead of me in all the movements, but they still have to slow down and wait to see what the next one is. And I said, that was the hardest thing for me to do. I had to slow down. So, well, your body needs that. We know as well, some of us know as humans, that our bodies cannot always go 100%. Eventually, something's going to give. And that give could be a tendon, a muscle, a ligament, our sanity, our temper. And so when we can have more control over that, when you finish class, you have a chance just to be relaxed, sometimes mentally fatigued because of the thought process. Tai Chi has the knack of getting you to work the same movements on both sides. So you become ambidextrous without actually realizing it as well.
I have to say, thank you, Sifu Jacob, because what you had just described there is like you've read my mind, because that was my first experience with Tai Chi with you, was that I am a type A personality, always on the go and always on the move. And one of the things that I learned for myself, that I have to be intentional. I have to learn to slow down. Otherwise, I'll get burnt out. And that's the path that I am heading if I don't take up yoga, if I don't seek out Tai Chi and do things that are mindful and,
Right.
working on that pillar that I'm weak, which is the rest, recovery, and mindfulness. And so my experience is exactly the way you describe. It's funny, when you were talking, in my mind, it's like, wow, how did he know? And I have to intentionally slow down because I was ahead of you. You telling me move your hand up, and my hand was up here already. So I have to watch, because that is something that I'm working on. And every session that I'm going to be with you, that I have to concentrate on doing that. So that is my relaxation. And so it was my first experience after the class. I did feel that euphoria, but if I have to describe one word to describe my experience, it was tranquility, because I felt the calmness after it was about 45-50 minutes with you for the class. And it was really nice, because I know, I schedule my day so that I had a long run the day before. So I really need that recovery. And it's helped my muscle and helped my mind to recover. So it's a full body, mind body experience to recover. So it was really, really nice. And that's what I was looking for in my life as well, is the balance. And that's where, just like you say, when I am ready, the Sifu, the master, will appear upon me, because that's when I'm ready to take on this challenge. And for our audience, we would love to have you to join us at the beginning as well. And if we are in the middle of it, or you listen to this podcast a little bit later on, feel free, because it's a community that have an open arm that will journey with you on your first experience as well. And what I find is Jacob is that he has this gift of putting us at ease, and even listening to your voice during the session really calm my mind and my body down as well. So thank you for that. That was wonderful. So we're coming toward the end of our segment here, and we like to wrap things up. So for people that I would highly recommend Tai Chi for people that have restriction in range of motion, like people that has arthritis, many different forms of arthritis, previous injury, surgery, scar tissue, because you might not have the full range of motion. And with Tai Chi, it's a progression. It's a road to recovery and the road to discover for yourself to learn more about your body. And I won't be able to describe it as well as my Sifu Jacob. So I like for you to maybe talk to us about what to expect down the line after you take on the journey, because you have taken this road for maybe tell us how many years has it been, and during that period of discovery, learning, and mastering the art, what are the good things that had came to your life?
When I started martial arts as a freshman in high school, so it's been 37, 38 years that I started my journey in martial arts, there was no consideration or talk about this internal meditation, relaxation. It was punches and kicks, it was taekwondo, and it was how high can you kick and how many times can you spin around. And then I got into boxing and other martial arts. And so with Tai Chi, I believe I've been doing this now for 5 years. I've forgotten how many years I've been doing this. It seems like a lifetime. I have the opportunity before Corona times came to us to touch over 100 people's lives a week in 7 different businesses, because I would travel as my own entity to different companies. And the individuals that I would meet either in their office setting, in the senior home, in the elementary school, just to be able to see them go from where they are in that state of, I don't know what to do. This can be frustrating for me. I can't raise my arm this high. It hurts to turn that far. You mean I'm supposed to focus on breath also? How am I supposed to use my imagination? All these little caveats, if you will, just go down the list of what the challenges were when they came in to where they are now. It really is a yin and a yang of life. We always have a little bit of one into the other, stress and relaxation, activity and rest, push and pull of however that would translate. Through the practice of Tai Chi is a movement that can be done for the rest of your lives. No matter where you are, or no matter where your walk is. I had the opportunity to work with a World War II veteran. He is 89, maybe 90 years old now. He came to class and he said, just teach me something I can do at home. So he wanted to practice. There was something that he came into class, whether he was pulled in, conned, or whatever, but when he came in, he's like, wow, okay, there's something here to this. And here's a gentleman who had never experienced it in 89 years of his life. And he said, teach me something I can do in my room. And so Tai Chi really is a life-changing experience, because not only do we get to be active, because a lot of the movements like snake creeps down the tree, if you consider doing a side lunge stretch, well, this is like the movement of what snake creeps down the tree is, until you shift your body weight over to the other side, and then you come up pressing through the opposing leg. And our body turns, and our body breathes and exhale, and just to be able to feel the fluidity in the movement. You can apply that in a business sense, in an athletic sense, in a daily movement, stepping out of the tub or into the car, because that movement would be described as rooster crows on one leg. So there's all of this ebb and flow that Tai Chi can weave itself into your life that it no longer becomes an exercise or a mind-body movement time. It just becomes life.
So thank you for that. And just to close up, we want our audience to join us on our journey and join Sifu Jacob on our session for Tai Chi. And we will post when we will have this first group session together. And we hope that you would join us for this experience. And one of the things that I always have in the back of my mind is that, do I have to know a little bit about martial art to know how to do this? And it was, to my surprise, it is not intimidating at all, because it's very easy, just like Jacob mentioned. Anybody can do it, and you do it to your level. So it's a very relaxed atmosphere, and don't worry about what you can do. It just worry about just show up. That's really all you have to do, is show up, and the journey will take you there. So we invite you to join us on our journey. And Jacob, if you have a last comment or anything like that you want to share with us, or last message.
Well, yes, my life statement is that we have one life, we have one body, make the most of both.
That is very powerful. Thank you very much. And to our audience, until the next time, thank you very much for tuning in, and please place your comment below and let us know what type of content you would like to see from all of us more. We will come back with Jacob, the Yourtaichiguy, again in the future episodes. So let us know what you would like to see, and we will accommodate that as well. Until the next time, what the foot.